Well, moving back to Capitol Hill, the long-delayed reconciliation bill injecting over $70 billion for ICE and CBP over 3 years is finally headed to the Senate floor tomorrow. This comes as the $1.7 billion anti-weaponization fund was officially shelved, clearing the way for a vote-a-rama on dozens of amendments with just a simple majority needed to send the bill to the House. Here now, House Rules Committee member, Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Okay, the marathon to try to fund at a basic level the people who keep us safe seems closer to the finish line, Congressman. You got to go through this vote-a-rama, which I guess is a chance for people to put amendments in they know aren't going to pass and preen around a bit. How's this all going to play out?
Brian, great to be with you. Yeah, the Senate's finally getting around to doing its job. You know, I hate that it got slowed down over this weaponization fund and that it got pulled. A bunch of us were out defending that fund because we feel like people that were targeted by the Biden Department of Justice under the FACE Act, or maybe you were targeted with obstruction for J6, we feel like maybe you should be able to have recourse. And I think that was important. I wish the administration hadn't backed off of that. And I also wish we hadn't isolated DHS and ICE and Border Patrol in the first place. We never should have. Some of us said that. So here we are, and we shouldn't be in this position. We're waiting for the Senate to do its job and send over a bill to us to do the job that Democrats refuse to do by using reconciliation to fund ICE and Border Patrol for the remainder of the president's term. We need that to secure our country. But I will tell you, we shouldn't have isolated it, and we shouldn't be putting them in the position of not being funded in the future because we allowed that to happen. And we also shouldn't be ignoring the fact we have codified nothing of what the president has done. This Republican Congress has not done what we did in H.R. 2, has not dealt with asylum, has not dealt with parole, has not done with catch and release. And you know what? That's what the American people sent us here to do. So I feel like we need to do more than just clean up the sloppy mess the Democrats are creating while we, bounce around until we get this funded. I hope we get it funded this week, but we got to deliver over the next 6 months if we want to win in November.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm glad CBP and ICE is going to be funded. Okay, we all agree on that. But this seems like small ball. I mean, I'm old enough to remember a reconciliation bill, I don't know, last year that we called the big, beautiful bill. And it did a lot of things. And you could point to it and say, your taxes are lower, right?
Yep.
This one, I don't know what America looks at in this one. They say, so you funded the thing you should have funded, but you're not cutting my taxes. You're not getting Save America Act through. I'll leave aside the weaponization fund, but this just seems like small potatoes, Congressman. I don't think Americans elected President Trump for small potatoes.
No, sir. We have the Republican House, the Republican Senate, and we have President Trump. We ought to be taking that for a spin. The Save America Act ought to be law. The Senate is standing in the way. We ought to, in the House, pass true border security provisions that would make them permanent. Put it over to the Senate. Force them to act on that. We should be protecting Americans from surveillance, whether it's FISA, whether it's the central bank digital currency where they can track what you spend, or whether it's the kill switch where they put the government surveillance in your car and make your car more expensive. Let's deliver for the American people. Let's give them a reason to show up in November besides Democrats are crazy. I think we ought to be having a platform that we can get behind, get on offense, and be aggressive. We're talking about a Reconciliation 3 package, which currently so far is a yawn. So if we fund ICE and Border Patrol tomorrow or on Friday, great. But then let's actually do something for the American people so we can campaign on it and take this country forward while we have a president willing to do it.
Is the reason so many of your colleagues can't get on board with doing something big because they doubt that America supports President Trump's agenda? Is that it? Is there worry that his agenda is strayed from where America is? What do you think?
I think some people might feel that way, or they might say something about how long are we at war in Iran and all these kinds of things. But I actually really think what's happening is you got a bunch of members of Congress who hold on to their election certificates like it's their whole life being. Look, I just lost a tough race for Attorney General. You know what? I had colleagues coming up to me saying, condolences, Chip, like I died or something, or like I lost a loved one. Look, you get yourself in the arena and you fight for what you believe in. Go out and fight for it and lay it out on the field the same way the men and women did in Normandy, the same way they did in Bastogne when they're in the foxholes, or men and women in the Middle East. Get out and fight, and don't hold on to being a member of Congress like your whole life depends on it. The best way to win an election is fight like it's your last time being here.
Man, I would take what you just said and I would inject that into the veins of every single person who calls themselves a congressman or senator in this country, because it's not, when you lose, it's not death. The republic goes on without you. You serve when you can. And we thank you for your service. Congressman Chip Roy, it's good to talk to you tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, Brian, I'm not going anywhere, Brian. We're going to keep fighting. God bless.
All right. We'll see you soon.